Hi, I'm Dana Obleman, creator of the Sleep Sense program, and instead of a question this week, we're going to do something I call Dana's Rant. I was out with my husband the other night, and we have this little private joke between us that whenever I see a child up in the evening, the first thing I do is look at my watch. So he constantly teases me about checking my watch every time I see a child up. When I'm out at night without my children, I do notice when children are up past what I consider a reasonable hour. And we were out for dinner, and I noticed around the room there was a couple of different children with groups of adults. The youngest looked like she was about 1.5, maybe 2. She was still in a high chair, and again, that leads me to looking at my watch, wondering, it's 9 o'clock at night, and why are those children here, and why are they not in bed, and why aren't they at home with a sitter, and all those things. And my husband said, well, I wonder why it bothers you so much. And when I looked over again, that toddler that was in the high chair, she was asleep in her high chair. And I just think it's unfair, really, to do that to your child. And I said to my husband, imagine if I took you out and I just ran you ragged all day, and then we went out for dinner and you were so worn out that you could not resist the urge to put your head down on the table and go to sleep in the middle of dinner. I mean, I would never do that to him. If he said, I'm tired, I don't want to go out for dinner, let's go home, I need to go to bed, I would respect that. And I mean, I wouldn't drag him around to complete exhaustion. So I don't know why some people don't offer that same courtesy to their children. And I mean, of course you want to go out and you want to see your friends and you need to have a life, and I agree with all of those things. But I think that then you get a sitter, or you have a family friend come over and watch the kids, or you get grandma to come, or whatever the case may be. I know, it's not everyone has the luxury of having family nearby, but or have your friends over to your place, or whatever. There's always a compromise to the situation, because I mean, I agree, you need time on your own, but having children with you when they're clearly exhausted and should be at home in bed, I just think it's not fair to the child, and it's not fair to take a child out and expect them to behave when they're tired, and to be quiet while you have adult conversation, or to just even have an inside voice. I mean, I have 3 little ones, and it's exhausting taking them out for dinner and keeping them quiet and well behaved, and having inside voices. And so I just would never subject my friends to that. Of course, if you were meeting friends who had children, you would go at an appropriate hour so that you can be home before they're all, beside themselves with fatigue. So I know not everyone's going to agree with me. Some people might think it's totally fine and acceptable to take their kids out late, and I'm not even saying I don't do it on a rare occasion. Maybe once a year my children get to stay up past bedtime. But again, I don't do it often, because I don't think it's honoring their need for sleep. And I pay the price the next day with tired children. So it takes them a couple of days to get themselves back on track if they've missed a bedtime. So I really don't do it. I get, slack from my friends sometimes about not bringing the kids to the party. But I need to practice what I preach, and I think that sleep is just as important as everything else in life, and I just like to honor it for my children and for myself. So that gives you something to think about, I hope, and sleep well.